recognized for any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Westerman, are either of the species we're discussing today at risk of extinction, let alone under severe threat from human activity?
I don't believe they're under threat of extinction, but I believe, and we know that the lesser prairie chicken, the numbers have improved from 20,000 to 35,000 in less than a decade because of voluntary conservation efforts. So they're moving in the right direction. So it's strange that you would go from threatened to endangered when you're moving in the right direction, other than the fact that Mr. Roy brought out that these prairie chickens are located where a lot of oil and gas is produced, and they can be used to obviously throw a wet blanket on that. The northern long-eared bat, we do know that the white-nosed syndrome is causing a lot of death with the bats, and also restrained from using any kind of analogy with substances found at the White House and the white-nose syndrome with northern long-eared bats. But we know that what the bat needs is good habitat to be able to succeed. And we need to find something to address the fungal issue of white-nose syndrome. And just making a rule at Fish and Wildlife saying, oh, these bats are endangered now, we're going to protect them more, that doesn't protect them more. That's just words on paper. The actual efforts take place out in the field when you do management and when you really do research to figure out how to combat the white-nose syndrome, which is what's killing the bats.
So thanks to the long-eared bats designation under the Endangered Species Act, approximately how many projects have been required or will require regulatory reviews and permits?
I've heard the number 3,000 already just in, I believe that's the Forest Service alone. And that just multiplies across the country, because if you're a private developer and you go in, as Mr. Norman talked about, if they just think it's habitat, not if they find one of these, but if they think that the habitat could support one, then you're going to have to go through all the bureaucratic red tape and hurdles to be able to do your project.
And these are infrastructure projects often critical to rural areas and communities, correct?
They're very critical. They're critical to the whole country, and I think people don't realize how cumbersome the overregulation can be, especially when it's been weaponized and used by people just to stop progress and stop development.
So, let's just cut through the hysteria. When conservation works, then let's acknowledge that it's worked and adjust these protective designations accordingly. But above all, let's just think about the impact that every stringent designation, every new regulation, and every new review requirement has on the lives of Americans living in rural areas who often bear the brunt of these burdens. I'd like to say thank you once again to the Natural Resources Committee for bringing these resolutions before us today, and I appreciate the continued efforts to put the brakes on the Biden administration's regulatory regime, and I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I want to thank both the chairman and the ranking member for joining us today, and thank you for your thoughtful comments. Both of you are excused. I would now like to invite up to the table Mr. Rosendale, Mr. Zinke, Ms. Green, and Mr. Mast.
You're up first. Was that the order, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Rosendale?
Yes. We'll have all of you up here.
All right.
A little bit of luck, nobody shows up, you'll be our last panel. So if we can,